Hey, good news, folks. All this stuff that you're seeing in the economy is leading to a central bank digital currency. And this isn't hyperbole. This isn't fear mongering. It's from the Fed itself. And I'll show you this paper straight from the Fed about their launch. But I want you to ask yourself and those around you, um, because this should be a line in the sand. Central bank digital currencies should be a line in the sand, my opinion. A central bank digital currency, you won't know the difference between the money you use today and a CBDC or a dollar on the blockchain. So, in reality, it will settle faster in your bank account because it's using the blockchain to transfer rather than ACH and the old banking method. Okay, great. So it's slightly faster. That would that's the most generous I can be about the benefits. The question is, does it produce more goods and services? I don't see how it does. On top of the fact that the Fed is coming out with this. So you got to think, okay, those are the benefits to me. What are the benefits to the Federal Reserve? Oversight on every transaction. Keep in mind, Federal Reserve is a private organization. Private. Well, it has a public-private partnership. It's a private bank. No one really owns it, but and they're accountable to Congress. They're totally accountable to Congress, just like all the other three-letter organizations who have limited their power and asked Congress about what they're supposed to be doing. But somebody who no one voted for, a group of people who no one voted for, is coming out with FedNow, a way of transferring money, a form of CBDC, a test run, if you will. And we don't get a vote. That's just what they're doing. It's how life works. The Fed, who's accountable to Congress, is going to do this with, I would say, little to no oversight. And if people in Congress, if you say CBDC to them, I would maybe say 10% even know what it is. But how this benefits the Federal Reserve, and you should ask yourself, why would they come out with it if it doesn't benefit them? Why would they come out with it? It obviously does, but the question is, does it stop inflation? How would it? Because you're going to, it's basically going to be a dollar on the blockchain. They come out with a CBDC. They exchange one, and you probably won't even notice. They exchange $1 for a central bank digital currency on the ledger, so one for one swap. It's as if it never happened to you because you wouldn't notice. So who cares? Why would they come out with it if that's what it is, just a one for one swap? It can't. It has the ability to control demand. It has that ability because it's programmable. You can turn it off, you can turn it on, you can set expiration dates, etc. And to pretend that they would come out with this currency, which essentially is the exact same as the dollar, unless you use those tools, and then they would not use them, is, I think, pretty naive, right? They want that control, they want that oversight on, hey, Eric went to the store and we knew that he spent $20. Now we know he spent $20 on fuel. He spent $20 on steak. He spent $20 on whatever. They can literally itemize every item that you purchase and turn it off, turn it on at their whim. And you say, "Oh no, Eric, they would never do that." Why? Why wouldn't they? And if you think they'll never do that, why are they coming out with it? If it's essentially the same thing, just a faster dollar, it settles quicker. Why would they come out with it? Settling quicker isn't that huge of a deal. Um, but the benefit to them is the control mechanism, the oversight. And I think they're going to use that. So let's take a look at this article or this paper straight from the Fed. And I'll link this in the description. The Federal Reserve, remember, private organization, but no one owns it. No one owns it. No one voted for them. Okay, Chicago. The Federal Reserve announced the FedNow service will start opening in July and provided details on the preparation for launch. FedNow is their Fed coin, essentially. They're going to roll this out for banks at first, and banks are just all about it. Again, remember what I said yesterday. If you're paid to ignore something, it's hard to convince somebody of that. So these banks are, they're linked to the Fed and the Treasury. So they're going to tout and do what they say because that's where the money spigot is, the Fed and the Treasury. You want to get on the bad side of the Fed and the Treasury if they can potentially bail you out from your stupid decisions, give you billions of dollars? I don't think so. I don't think you're going to see a lot of pushback from banks. The first week of April, the Federal Reserve will begin the formal certification of participants for the launch of the service. Early adopters will complete a customer testing and certification program informed by feedback from the FedNow pilot program to prepare for sending live transactions through the system. We couldn't be more excited about the forthcoming FedNow launch, which enables every participating financial institution, the smallest to the largest from all corners of the country, to offer a modern instant payment solution, said Kent Montgomery, first vice president of the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston and FedNow program executive. With the launch drawing near, we urge financial institutions and their industry partners to move full steam ahead with preparations to join FedNow service. Okay, so for a bank, this is just faster. It helps them manage their ledger system faster because it instantly settles, meaning when you get a transfer to your bank, you notice it says pending and it's waiting for 3 days because those bank ledger systems take a while to account to debit and credit different accounts. With a central bank digital currency, that happens instantly with one counterparty, the Fed. So you ask yourself, why would the Fed want this? Does it give them more power? Yeah, it does. Are they going to use that power? No, because they're benevolent overlords. They would never. Further reading. Many early adopters have declared their intent to begin using the service in July, including a diverse mix of financial institutions of all sizes, the largest processors, and, get this, the U.S. Treasury. Who's serving who here? Because remember, the Fed, private organization, they answer to Congress. Who's in charge of making money? Is it the Fed or the Treasury? I'll let you guess on that one. But the Fed's doing it. Why? This private organization that's accountable to no one. So odd. Again, if you know nothing about CBDC, you say, who does it benefit? And what does it do? And if all it is faster payments, why would the Fed care? Because they have the power to mint money. Mint money. To a certain extent, they kind of do now. It's really just bank reserves. But do you think, like I do, that this power will be abused, especially if it's unaccounted? Meaning, how do you vote them out of office? You don't. We didn't vote them into office. And they're independent. And they're not owned by anybody. They're private, but they're not owned by anybody. Okay. Seems sus, in my humble opinion. But here it comes, regardless of if we voted for it, regardless of if we want it, it's coming. And Congress can do nothing about it. They're just, what are we going to do? Maybe use the power you have. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I don't think it's going to be dystopian immediately. It's going to be rolled out slowly. Financial institutions get them on board, get them hooked up to the IV of heroin. So they want it. They want to use that power and implement that power against their customers potentially. But over time, if you just write the government a blank check of power, will be abused. My humble opinion. All right, y'all. See you on the next one. Peace.